Disclaimer, this video is not meant to convey political messages. This video is for educational purposes only. Please like and subscribe to keep history in the past and not to repeat it. If you want a short answer, no. When the war started, the German economy was based on MIFO bills. It was essentially an IOU. This allowed the German economy to show huge economic growth without having any official debt. All this under-the-table debt made it harder to pay off with official loans. The only way to pay off the debt is for the government to make more money. Since the government did not invest in consumer goods, instead rearmament, the people were building up for a war. If no war came, the economy was built on a bubble. That would lead Germany to push to fully annex the industries of Czechoslovakia. Later on, Poland would be the next target. In 1941, when Germany failed to knock the Soviets out, they were running out of gold to pay off the debt to their companies. Another reason is confidence. High-ranked, well-known commanders like Hermann Göring were opposed to the invasion of Poland. Germany would breeze through the Poles with aid from the Soviets. Germany would go on and crush Denmark in 9 hours and Norway right after. Adolf Hitler would then follow through on Erich von Manstein's plan. Much like the Schlieffen plan, it planned on sweeping through the lowlands. Led by Erwin Rommel, the attack would lead many Allied forces stuck at Dunkirk. Hitler would be on an all-time high, going on to bomb London, a mistake in itself. Hitler's overconfidence would lead him to think that the Soviets would be easy to crush. The German Wehrmacht would drive all the way to Moscow. Georgy Zhukov would repel the Germans. Instead of preparing for a prolonged war, Hitler would lead to a second charge. After all, Germany knocked out Russia and not France in World War I, and now France is knocked out. Even at Stalingrad, Hitler still deemed the brutal, overextended house-to-house combat winnable. That assault would kill Germany's elite soldiers and kill the Eastern Front. The same thing occurred on the Western Front in 1944. Hitler ordered an attack soon after Franklin Roosevelt's death on the notion that all he had to do was rush through the Ardennes forest like before and give a soul-crushing defeat to Dwight Eisenhower. After only a few days, the attack would fail, and like on the east, the Western elite forces would be killed. The biggest of the three factors I will talk about is oil. Oil is the backbone of the 1930s economy. Germany had no oil, so they had to make synthetic oil. This would work for a little bit, but not for long. Germany would put a big effort into the Northern Africa campaign. Rommel would make sweeping maneuvers, but because of overextension, the Africa Corps would be overextended. If they got to the Suez Canal, Great Britain would have been cut off from oil. Even when the Germans suffered a loss in the winter of 1941, they still believed that they just needed to take the Baku oil fields. Germany was so oil-starved that even the bulk of the supply lines were based on horse-drawn carts. They still consumed a lot of oil. Germany was unable to use its tanks to the fullest. When the Soviets drew to Berlin, they were out of oil, but the oil reserves were having problems way back in 1941. The German logistics, which could be another category, was unable to supply the oil to the Eastern Front like Hitler desired. Even with the non-debt-based economy, even with generals who never got cocky, oil would have drowned the Germans. The three reasons I have just covered are only a small handful of reasons Germany could not have won World War II. All video clips and resources for research used are in the description. Thanks for watching my video.